Hey everybody, we're back here in Inside the Ropes. We have the Toronto skyline in the background, so of course we have the hometown girl, the one and only Hall of Famer, 100% satisfaction every time, Trish Stratus. Trish, great to see you.
Good to see you too.
How are you today?
I am great. I just came from my home, 30 minutes north. It's fantastic. It's great to be home.
No flights this time,
No
just
flights.
coming. So it's kind of come out now that you've said that SummerSlam is going to be your final match with Charlotte Flair. What makes you decide that this is the final one? Why is this the right one to go out on? And when did you kind of make that decision?
It just feels the situation just like, I mean, all the elements. You have Charlotte Flair, the best of her generation. You have Toronto. SummerSlam's the second biggest pay-per-view for WWE. And it just feels right. It just feels like this is like the moment. I mean, you getting up in age and, so many years go by, but like this is going to be such a special moment. And I don't think you can kind of recreate that. And you know what I mean? I feel like this is a good moment to be like, thank you and good night.
Is it more pressure that it's in Toronto, or is it even better that it's in Toronto? Because obviously Toronto is where you retired back in 2006, so there's a lot of elements going into this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm using it in a positive way. I'm being fueled by the those elements. My family being there, the fact that the last time I retired here, like there's all this full circle moments that are happening for sure. And then I'm just like it's nice. Like it definitely helps as a performer to just be situated and be calm about it and like do your training in a comfortable place and things like that. So I feel like I've been able to prepare fully for this, and then I get to go home and sleep in my bed. So it's pretty great.
So I was thinking about this earlier today about how for you, you were in an era where women were not as much of a focal point as they are today. There's a women's evolution now, but you guys did pave the way. Is there a part of you that wants to come back and sort of show what Trish Stratus can do today, so that people can see that it's not that the previous generation weren't as good as now? It's just you're going to come and show why your generation, if they'd been given the same chances, could have done more.
I think so. I think there's a little bit of that. And I think that's kind of like why are you even here? And I had to kind of dig deep for like my true reasoning and like find my inner Trish Stratus, if you will. And I do think like I'm almost representing our era, which we like to call the golden era. So coming back is like certainly, I mean, whether I'm proving to the fans or, like I've said it, I'm proving to my kids, absolutely, but really I'm proving it to myself. And I just like, it's just an amazing opportunity I couldn't have passed up. And I'm looking forward to facing really, Charlotte Flair is sort of everything that we envisioned the female performer to be. You know what I mean? So to kind of face off with her is like, it's to really just bring the generations together and sort of see where the dust settles.
Do you think she is the best sort of? I mean, if you were thinking about having your last match, is she definitely the one that you would want it to be?
100%. She is an amazing athlete, an incredible performer, and she is like the representative, like I said, of the current and the current generation. She really is, and she's. I mean, watching her in the ring, I've seen her come up. I knew her as Ric Flair's daughter. I saw her as a kid coming up, and you're going to get into this. So it's kind of surreal that we're like actually now facing off, and I'm looking forward to. I thrive on challenge, and I look forward to like stepping in the ring with a performer of that level and just seeing what it can bring out in me. And it's caused me to go deep, like I said, and find my fire and tap into what I need to tap into to make this, a memorable match.
And what's the goal at the end of the match in Toronto? Like, what are you expecting to feel? How are you expecting to kind of walk out of there being sort of fulfilled?
The goal at the end of the match is to win.
That is a goal.
To show everyone, yes, absolutely. To be honest, the goal of the match is to put on an incredible match. I think, to have like the two generations. I mean, I feel it's a bit of that Rock Hogan. There's that sort of the essence that's kind of we're bringing to this match as well. So, I want to come back and I want to entertain and I want to do it like I did. I always want to come back and give 110%, and I feel like I can do that on Sunday. And it's gonna be really special, very memorable, and I'm sure everyone will be satisfied.
And the last thing I wanted to ask you about was, the women main evented WrestleMania this year, but you were part of women main event in Raw. Two full-time roster members, women main event in Raw. Can you take us back to that? Like, how did you find out you were going to be main event in Raw? Did it feel like a big deal for you at the time? And just talk us about that experience.
Oh, of course. Oh my gosh, it wasn't done. Now it's like, oh, girls in the main event, good. That's a good spot for you. But it's been done before now, right? back then it was unheard of. And when Amy and I both heard, we walked in the building and, they had the card written out. And we just couldn't believe it. We thought someone was playing a joke on us, to be honest. And it just showed us that the company believed in us, and it showed us that the hard work we'd been doing and putting in, because at that point too, we sort of like changed the perception of what women could do in the business. And this was kind of like a nice, a bit of finality, saying like, look what they can do, and we give them this huge responsibility to carry this segment of the show. Huge honor for us, and it made us obviously bring our A game, and I believe we did, and we proved that we belonged in that spot and we could carry that spot. And then now to see it being a common thing for the women, it's fantastic. And
the very last thing is kind of, we hear about you and Lita and sort of the women's evolution before. Is there anyone else who you worked with back in the day that you want to kind of give a shout out to and give some recognition to from the previous era that maybe doesn't get as much recognition as they should?
Like from the golden era?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I said I could never have been and gotten where I could have, or where I did, but without Victoria, number one. Victoria, I feel like the feud we had came right at the point where fans were like, we were starting to re-educate them, and they were kind of like, okay, this is a different side of the females, and like, we're gonna sit back and watch and like take it in. And we had to like step it up. Like that's when we got a little hardcore, and there was a steel chair shot and things like that, and stuff that we hadn't seen from the females. I just feel like we really turned the corner on like where people are like, okay, you know what, the women can be looked at as like legitimate competition in the WWE. Molly Holly, for me personally, she was someone who like gave me a lot of confidence coming out of my green role and sort of getting in there, and she was like, you can do this, girl. And she would give me moves, and she was such a collaborative worker. She was so valuable to my career, and I just I hold her dearly to my heart. She's a great girl, great friend, and great athlete as well, and so I was blessed to be with her at that particular time. And Jazz, I mean, I can literally list everyone, but Jazz was really, I was right at the perfect time too, where we needed like, she's like that vicious heel, and I was that up and coming baby face, you know what I mean? It was like a perfect scenario for a story. And I loved working with those girls, and yeah, those girls, I mean, they were game changers for me, and really helped elevate myself and get me to the next level. Couldn't have done it without them, but also were huge and really integrative of making the women's generation memorable.
Well, I think you were a game changer for women like Sasha and Bayley and Charlotte. So Trish, good luck.
Thank you.
And wish
I
you
don't
well.
need luck, sir.
You're gonna win.
Thank you.
Could you do a quick plug?